I want to tell you something most people in this space will never say out loud. The reason you don't have enough good clients right now is not your fault. Your offer, what you sell, and who you help works. You know it works. But there's a break in the system between you and the buyers who should be paying you. So you keep trying to fix with new tools, new emails, new funnels, and nothing really changes. Most funnels are broken before anyone even walks in. I was stuck in the same place until I stopped patching tiny holes and built a funnel revenue machine instead. 150 sales calls in 27 days. No big team, no cold emailing myself, no bloated ad spending burning cash. Why should you even listen to me about this? My name is Brendan. I run MS Consult. And here's what we have done so far. The 127 plus businesses have used the system. They've made over $14.2 million in track revenue with it. That's money into their business, not ours. We've booked over 8,000 qualified calls. Real sales calls are not free chats with people who can't buy. And here's the part nobody told you. There are 3 things you're probably doing right now that quietly keep your pipeline empty. By the end of this video, you would know all 3. Which one kills revenue and exactly how to fix each one. And by the time we're done, you will know why good buyers are slipping past your business without ever booking a call. The exact 3 big moves we use to get 150 qualified sales appointments in 27 days. And where your next 50 real sales calls are actually going to come from. Most people I talk to are doing some mix of cold emails, ads, a funnel they paid a lot for, and they still say the same things you see on Reddit and X. Most cold email agencies are scams. They send volume and call every reply unqualified. Our B2B lead gen stopped converting. The 2022 playbooks are dead. Our funnel gets traffic, but everything dies after step 1. So let's be blunt. If you hit the wrong people, no system can save you. Absolutely. If the page you send them to feels like a trap, serious buyers clicks off. You let anyone on your calendar, you end up busy but broke. The 27-day system fixes those 3 things in order. We are not going to add 100 tactics. We are going to stack 3 big moves. Who you talk to, what they experience, and what happens around the call. Get these 3 rights and 150 calls in 27 days becomes normal, not magic. Move 1. Turn random leads into intent map. Instead of any SaaS founder with this title, we build an intent map. Plain English, we only talk to people who are showing signs that they want this now. So the intent urgency, are they looking for the solution of that problem at the moment, or are they seeking for solutions or seeking for audits of that problem? You need to understand that they need to show signs of pain before you can sell them your product. So pain signs, they complain about pipelines, lead gens, or random months on LinkedIn/X. Job posts show they are hiring for sales, SDRs, or growth helps. Number 2, money signs, company size, funding or tech stacks, says this is a high ticket buyer, not a stretch. They already pay for tools and agencies in this space. So you want to know how you know a company or an agency is not a broke company. They pay for expensive tools. If they pay for expensive tools, the best bet is they have the money to pay you most of the time. All right, number 3, timing signs. New round, new offer, new regions, new sales empires. So if you're watching them closely, something changed in the last 30 to 90 days. This helps to create an offer around what they are doing, what is moving in their company. And if we can't tick at least 2 of these boxes, they are not in the main 27-day push. We don't chase volume. We build a short, sharp list of accounts with real buying signals. That's the fuel. So, section 3, move 2, right? Replace the bro funnel with an executive path. Let's get into it. Right. Next, we fix what happens when they click. Your funnel. A lot of high ticket buyers say our funnel gets solid traffics. When I'm saying a lot of high ticket buyers say this, is what they say to me on the call that I'm actually speaking to you right now about. It's super important that you take note of this because this can also be your clients saying this to you on the call. Our funnel gets solid traffics and opt-ins. Then everything collapses after 1 step. The follow-up feels pushy, the tone flips, and we drop off. That's because most funnel were built to trap, not to guide. We build an executive path instead. Simple but deadly effective. The page you send cold traffic to now has 3 clear jobs. Job 1, say their real solution out loud. First line hits like this. You have a strong offer and a real sales team, but your pipeline feels random. Some quarters you crush it, some you scramble, and nobody can tell you exactly why. The serious founder or VP feels that and leans in. So you are basically speaking to their minds. And this is for cold traffic offer. With warm traffic, you already spoke to them in a video, probably with your ads or something, or probably with With a lead magnet on Twitter, with cold traffic offer, you need to speak to their minds exactly in the first 30 to 90 seconds on the VSL, on the landing page. You need to have a strong offer to make them want to know, okay, this is what I'm going through. This looks like my pain, and let me see how you can solve it. Now, job two, show the machine in one picture. In another 30 seconds, here's how we'll fix it. You only go after live accounts with live buying signals. Send them to a page built for cold decision makers. Warm them up and qualify them before they ever hit your calendar. No bonus with just one clear story, right? Now, so remember, this is you want to fix and you do it in 3 jobs, right? Only go after accounts with live buying signals. You know these guys are actively buying, actively seeking. Send them to your page built for cold decision makers. Warm them up and qualify them before they ever hit your calendar. So the VSL does the job, and your pre-qualifying sequences qualifies them before they ever hit your calendar. Next, job 3, offer one safe next step. Not a webinar maze, not 5 options. Just if you want this revenue machine in your business, answer 4 questions and book a free walk-in session. High-ticket buyers don't want a demo. They want a smart, low-pressure walk-in sessions. Like I said to you before earlier, speak to their minds. Speak to them, speak to their pain. They don't want a demo. Enterprise clients don't want demo. They can't pay if they want to pay for your audit, but you are saying to them, if you want this implemented in your business, answer these 4 questions and then book a free call. Now, when they answer these 4 questions, with the answers they give you, you are able to wipe out what is needed and what you don't need. All right, let's proceed. This alone stops your funnel from dying after step 1 and makes every click worth a little more. Session 4, control the calendar and warm the buyer. Finally, we fix the place most people never think about, the zone around the core. That's where no show happens, not a fit calls happen, AEs and founders burn out. High ticket and enterprise buyers hate 2 things: being sold to by someone who shouldn't be talking to them, showing up to a core that feels like it's step 1. So if you're nurturing these clients, you need to make sure that they already have a pre-knowledge of what you do. So if they're hopping on the call, it's going to be a discovery plus sales process. That way, you and the person on the call already has a preempt knowledge of what is about to see on the call. Now, a lot of things that happen within this range. Emails can be sent to update them on what the call is going to be about. Updates can be given, back and forth emails, SMS can be sent so you can prepare better on the call. That's a different thing for different clients. All right. So we do 2 things. Move 3A, guard the calendar. Nobody goes straight into your calendar. Firstly, they hit a short gate. What does your business look like right now? Rough monthly revenue. What's your main client's pipeline problem today? What's your role and who else needs to be on the call like this? Now, apart from these questions, I also ask questions like this, just to know how urgent these clients want this stuff to be. Ask this kind of questions. If this system is not implemented in your business, does this affect your business in the next 6 months? And it depends on the reply, right? Just depends on the reply. You know exactly the urgency level of these clients. So when a client decides and says, okay, this system, if it's not implemented in my business, I could lose some revenue, I could lose MRR, I could lose retention. Yes, you want to hop on this call with this client, because you can definitely fucking help him. All right. If they don't have a budget, don't have the right role, or aren't serious about fixing it, they don't have a slot from your team, we can route them to content or later nurture. So you always route them through something if they don't qualify, because remember, any client who doesn't qualify now can still be a prospect in future, but you need to know what is needed now for your business. Except you can route them to a decoy offer and then give them maybe a free audit or maybe just a small offer for coaching or something around that level. Move 3B, right? Move them between the booked and the core. Booked does not mean ready. Most funnel goes dead here, right? So we flip that. Between booked and the actual core, we send a semi-story arc, not spam. Message 1. Here's what we do on the call step by step. You send one case study in plain language. Number 3, a 3-minute video, the biggest mistake people make before talking to us and how to avoid it. Reminder, not just time/date plus one-liner. Here's why this 30 minutes can change your next 90 days. So not just only your time and date reminder, you will also want to, give them value before they hop on the call. That way they know they're talking to somebody who actually knows this stuff. And the conversations don't go awkward on the call, like trying to now dig deep into understanding what they're doing, or now trying to create a rapport with them. When they get the call now, right? So if they get on the call, right, and you've given them all this stuff, so they just start. Oh, I love the video you sent to me earlier on. Oh, I love the stuff you sent to me earlier on. Great stuff, by the way. I know you're talking about this. Simple. It becomes easy like now. By the time they show up, they know who you are. They understand the basic revenue machine. They have seen proof that looks like them. They have seen proof that you can handle the pain which they feel, and you have the solution because you've done it for somebody who has the same similar problem and solve the problem. So they have a reason to take the call seriously because they know you are best suited for it. That's how we hit 70 to 80 show rates without begging, and why your team doesn't hate these meetings. Absolutely. So proof how Brilliance used this to close 60K month. Section 5. He's a funnel specialist, an agency owner. Building funnels is literally what he sells. But now he does ads as well. So check him out. When he first came in, he had the same problem a lot of you had. His sales page was fine on paper, but only converted at 8%. He had an offer and skills, but the system around it wasn't built for cold traffic. Now, this guy does ads, but anytime he has a cold traffic coming in, the system was not built for cold traffic. So he has a low shop rate for cold traffic offers. Now, let me say this, right? Enterprise clients sometimes are usually cold traffic offers. That's another story for another day, right? I'll talk to you about that. Now, outreach was happening, but it wasn't plugged into a page that could turn strangers into serious calls. He was skeptical because if you already build funnels for clients, the last thing you want to admit is my own funnel is fucking leaking. All right. So here's what we did using the exact 3 moves I just walked you through. So once you have this kind of clients or any kind of client, just implement these 3 things and be able to like solve the same problem for you. So if you implement these things in your business, you can solve the problems. Move 1. Who are we targeting? We stopped hitting random agency audience and coaches. We built an intent-based list of people who already sold high-ticket offers, talked publicly about wanting more qualified calls, had money and reason to fix the problem now. Get this again. Sold high ticket offers, talked publicly about wanting more qualified calls, had money and a reason to fix the problem now. Move 2. What they see. We rebuilt his sales page in 14 days to speak to cold strangers, not warm followers. Result. His page jumped from 8% to 42% conversion. Same offer, a different path. Let me see if I can show you his page. So I'm going to show you the page right now. So this is it. We arranged his VSL scripts. We helped him to structure his page so that regardless of the kind of client that comes in, they are able to convert. If you take a look at this page, it's maximum great stuff. Absolutely. Same thing we do for other clients as well. So let's get back into it. So move 3. We wired outreach into that new funnel and added a short gate plus warm up. People answered a few questions before seeing his calendar. We sent simple pre-call messages so they showed up knowing who he was and what he did. In the first 30 days, with that full machine live, the outreach system booked 27 qualified calls and it locked in 60K per month in retainers, a base he can scale from. Now, I'll say this. For cold traffic offer, you can use it Calendly, right? But if you're doing warm traffic offer, like from ads, I recommend you use Typeform. Just my preference, right? So I've done it for clients and I noticed we have low show-up rates for Calendly. But when it's Typeform, which is easier to like move around, more professional, more, I don't know, but when you test things, you know what works and it does work. As a funnel specialist myself, I was skeptical, but the 14-day rebuild was a game changer for me. My sales page went from 8% to 42%. The outreach machine booked 27 qualified calls in the first month. When I say this 3-move revenue machine fixes the good offer random pipeline problem, I don't just mean for beginners. It works even for people who already build funnels and still feel stuck like Brilliance. All right. So here's how this adds up in 27 days. When you stock these 3 moves, here's what happens in plain English, right? You stop shouting at random people. You start talking to fewer but way better accounts. Those accounts land on a page that finally sounds like it was written for them. The wrong ones get filtered out. The right ones get warmed up. Your calendar fills with real buyers and not tire kickers. So if you do that across 127 businesses like us, you probably get more than this, but we have more than this, right? 4,000, 5,000 qualified calls, $40.2 million in track revenue. Some people might be asking, how do you make $14.2 million in track revenue? Guys, we work with enterprise clients only, right? And when you charge tickets, when you have people selling high ticket offers like 20K, 30K, 50K, yeah, definitely. That's fucking adds up. And you have good retention. 92% client retention. And yes, 150 calls in 27 days when we push hard in a window. Not because of one trick, but because the whole system makes sense to a smart buyer. If you're listening to this and you want this 3-move revenue machine built inside your business, your tools, your CRM, your team, there's a link in the description. Free 30 minutes working session with my team. We will look at your current pipeline, show you exactly which of the 3 moves is missing, map out what the 27-day version looks like for your offer. We only invite you to work with us if we think you can realistically add 50K to 150K in new revenue in 90 days. If we don't think we can, we'll tell you. Link is below. So now you know why old lead gen and funnel tricks feel dead, what a real 3-layer revenue machine looks like, and how that turns into 150 real calls in 27 days without burning your brand or your team. If you want to go deeper on the outreach engine, how we write messages that don't feel like spam, the exact cadence, and how we hit multiple channels without looking desperate, that's what I break down in the next video. Click it now. That's the part that feeds everything you just saw. Cheers. And remember, if you need this stuff in your business, click the link below, subscribe to my newsletter, and you get all our updates and free only for your business. Cheers.